Hello guys, and welcome back to another Little Waves on Cryptos. It's been a week since the last video, and I am confident that you guys are wondering what's going on. Why are markets falling? And the simple answer is, if you had watched my previous video, you would probably know why markets are falling, because this is what Elliott wave analysis is telling us, and we'll have to follow with rules and guidelines, of course, what the price action is telling us. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it is. So this is why it's an excellent tool. We'll come back again then, and today we're going to have a quick look on BTC as well as ENJ, as this has been voted again by the QIC community. There is a lot going on in the markets. A lot of coins are moving, but obviously we cannot really go and check all of them, but you can go back in my videos and check anything you want. Actually, if you want to have a quick analysis on where markets are expected to go on any other coin, you'll probably find it. It might be a bit old video, but still, in case it's not, you will find something valuable. If it is, then you can also participate in the community vote, which I post on a weekly basis on the community tab on YouTube. So without further ado, let's jump to the source. And don't forget, guys, that this is an educational video. It's not investment advice. I'm here to help any way I can by educating. So let's go on BTC first, and then we're going to have a quick look at ENJ, and then stage is yours. Right, as I said before, we were going to start with BTC. What I want to do is take you here for a bit on a clean slate chart and quickly tell you something that you've heard a million times before probably, but my count. My count is that this is wave 1, 2, this is 3, we're going to get 4, and then we're going to get 5. And this has been, I don't want to say from the beginning of the run, but actually pretty much, yes, maybe for a year now, since last, maybe March or so. I never thought that this move down here would be the end of it. With that said, you do know that we're expecting this to be an ABC, which is either running flat, which means we're going to go higher from here, or an expanded flat, which means we're going to get a correction up, and then we're going to do something like this and move higher. Okay, both scenarios are highly equally probable. Okay, now there are other scenarios, of course, which we have talked about. For example, the W, X, and Y, which means we're gonna get a Y wave that can be they can be something like a zigzag over here. So that might be an A, a B, and we're gonna get C with an extended wave down. It might be a case where it's going to be something like ABC, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to become wave Y would become the diagonal, either expanding or running. It might also be a case that this is going to be something like WX, and it will be a triangle in wave Y, and then we'll move higher. Okay, and you also have the scenario where that is a triangle, 1 A, B, C, D, E, but I don't think this is the case. The order I've shown you, the counts, is exactly my expectation in terms of probabilities. There is several reasons, but I don't want to take another 20 minutes of going into the same stuff all over. So all the videos pretty much, guys, are repetitive. So make sure if you have questions, go to the previous video on BTC. There's always BTC there, and you will find out exactly what you were asking for. Now, we need to go back to the short term a little bit over here, right? Let's use the 4 hour. From where we left last time, we were looking at this move to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is pretty much similarly. This is the case for now, right? We did say last time that we are expecting running flat because we have not yet gone past either wave 4 or even wave 1. Okay, and we'll have to go with always the main scenario is the scenario that is closest to being valid or invalid. given of course it has the right move, the right count and everything else, right? We don't just use the one we prefer or the one that you're going to validate after 1 month or after 1 year just because we feel like it. And I've seen a lot of people actually do that. It's not the right way to have a main count because you're making an assumption. We still do, obviously, but it's an extension that is a bit more stretched, okay? So the right way would be to use the right account that is going to be validated or invalidated sooner than any other. And in this case, that's the running flat in this particular case, okay? What did we say and why? Well, first of all, we'll move down progressively, which means there is an impulse move, right? When there is an impulse move, it means that we're not really looking at a zigzag or anything else until it proves differently. We talked about the 70%, okay, of this leg to the downside, and I want you to see where exactly we came and bounced off, okay, at 37.88. That does not mean the running flag is finished, but what it means is that it's now valid. Now, the next stage is this. The running flat, guys, can be valid down to the previous low. And actually, because we have an irregular wave B over here, it can go down to 99% of this wave, which means 29,356 or whatever, and that will still be a running flat. Only when it crosses below that level and it extends, actually maybe 105, I'll be telling you here, maybe this 105, not 99 in the C wave, but in wave B for sure it's 105, above 105. Between 90 and 105 is the usual flat. Now, either way, we're talking about a few dollars difference here, so it's not going to make much of a difference. My memory just, yeah, is the age probably. So we are now valid to have a running flat down all the way to 30. So only if we move up and we start seeing things getting a bit more complicated, we can go and assume that the pattern has changed and now something else is valid. Okay, even with a W, X, and Y case, okay, what we can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, for example, and maybe we will start moving up higher. And instead of continuing higher, we might stop here, okay, and then move down again within 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Only then we will know that that's a W, X, and Y because this is an ABC in wave Y. Otherwise, we cannot know. It's as simple as that, okay? So, yes. What is the right count? Well, we're getting near. If we move all the way up, it's a running flat. If we go up and down, very likely to be an ABC zigzag. Okay. If we go all the way up and come back down, very likely to be ABC. Hold on. Well, 1, 2 would be probably ABC. Sorry, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means we'll have an A, we'll have a flat here and a flat in B, a B and a C, right? That's what it would mean. And that would be, of course, W, X, and Y because Y can be a flat. It can be many variations. It can also be an W, X, and Y as the first wave of a triangle because wave A can be complex. One of the waves on the triangle can be complex. Usually is C and D, but often is also, you know, A and B. So that's what it is, guys, for the macro count. Okay, so the running flat is in. It's as simple as that. Now, can it go all the way down and still be flat? Yes, it can. So what can we do now? We'll just have to watch it. We'll just have to watch it. It is a flat. Now it's about, you know, seeing how much higher we can go. Okay, to me. And if we just bring the volumes back here for 1 second, I see that the volumes increase over here. Okay, so we do have a 1 wave and 2 waves. We have 3 waves and 4 waves, and that looks like 1 and 2, and looks like a 3, and we're going to get a fourth wave round here, and then do 1 more down, and then start moving up. Even if it is a running flat that ended, or even if it might be an extended fifth, which means in this case, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still part of wave 5 of C, of the flat, okay? So I'm doing this quickly just to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and extended 5. That's what I'm saying, okay? This is what we could get here as well. So we are in here now, in this particular case. That is also possible. All we care about is for wave 3 to not be the shortest. And as we know already, wave 3 is longer than wave 1. So wave 5 can extend. And if we take into account we're in low liquidity markets compared more accurately and effectively with commodities, the fifth wave can be the most extended and the highest volume one. That's why we see high volumes here. I'm not saying this is the fifth. It could be a fifth or a third, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is in. Okay, and internally, what do I see? I see, hold on. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, I see a 4 that is coming probably, and then a 5. And once we go down here, then we can start moving for short to medium term opportunities. The short term opportunities to the upside, then down. This is where I'm looking, okay? From there, and a potential move to the upside, if we get through 39.73, it means that we can continue higher. Then the next level up would be around the 41.70 or so. And then the next level up would be around the 43.60 or so, okay? And then the next level up would be around the 45.70, okay? If we break 45.70, well, we enter a territory where it's going to be more risk to move higher. And, you know, can even go all the way back to 1 and even 2. And as I said before, even all the way up here and still turn down. But I don't think that's going to be a case. If we turn, we go for the fifth. So that's all there is, guys, for the BTC. But before, of course, we go, I want to show you a few levels here. First of all, 1 and 2 Fibonacci gave us the 138.2 in 3. And we are now seeing the 1618 being penetrated, okay? Prices can jump all the way up to 138 or 127 and go all the way down to 2. Now, if wave 3 and 5 are equal, okay, then it means that we would have to jump down to 238, which is not here, but it's around the 32K area, 3250 or so, okay? And that might be in confluence with the 90%. Okay, which means, well, that would be ABC for 90, and then a weird scenario, I would say. Just to bring back, because I just remembered, that might be 1 and 2 as well, right? So 1 all the way up here, which means wave 4 was done, right? And this is wave 2, W, X, and Y most likely. But I don't use X's if I don't see interaction, okay? Because wave X is an extended zigzag pretty much. A zigzag that is happening because the first zigzag was not as deep. So if this zigzag, if it's an ABC, is not as deep, then this one would actually, you know, overlap at least this one. So I'm not gonna use the W, X, and Y. I don't use it often in markets like this. We have a clear 5-wave move here. It looks a bit ugly, but it's what it is. We are in crypto. So the next for the levels, as I said before, yeah, the 35 is a very strong level as well. But now we have bounced, okay? And look, we have bounced also here. How high we can go, we do not know. But we also have to take into account that we see high volumes coming in here, okay? Usually, high volumes on the downside do not mean the markets are falling. For example, over here, it obviously does, but then we have high volumes over here, which means there is very good support level. A lot of people are coming in to buy, right? So if we don't see continuation, obviously to the upside is going to fall again. But with falling volumes, yeah, volumes have to increase down here, guys, to see a reversal. To the downside, volumes are falling because there is no buyers, okay? Just to keep that in mind. Anyway, I spoke too much about it again, but most of the stuff we knew. So let's look at engine. Well, last time we talked exactly about this particular scenario. Let me check quickly where we are. Let me just bring this. I shouldn't have deleted this, you see. Anyway, so if we do and 2, we come here again, and then we have 1. Let's just leave it there. It's for a minor degree, but nevertheless it gives us something. Now we've broken below that level. Now last time I was looking at this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? But we also identified potential risk in the potential move of that being something like this to become an open diagonal instead. And this is what I'm looking. So the main was diagonal from here. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for ABC. And we would see a fresh high. It would be something like of a diagonal that would be mainly related to a conversion rather than an expansion, right? So the converging diagonal, not the expanding, right? But then we also talked about the potential risk of breaking this because I didn't like this deep correction down here, right? And you do know that anti-diagonals can only contain zigzags, only the 5 waves, right? So we're falling, and this looks like a leading diagonal here to me, okay, or an ending diagonal. If it's an ending diagonal, we're going to finish very soon this move to the downside around 190. That was it. Very nice round level as well. If we close the day above 2, that might be a short opportunity to the upside, which might also take us to fresh highs, okay? But obviously, if BTC keeps falling, that's not going to be the case. So running flat, an ended diagonal here, running flat on BTC, an ended diagonal here on engine works well for both, okay? If BTC keeps falling, then this might be a continuation to the downside, okay? It's still going to be an ended diagonal, but until we go down to the invalidation level of 120, okay? This is the lowest, 120, for this ended diagonal to take place, to still be valid, which means that we could get something like, hold on, that could be 1 and 2, that could be a 3, a 4, and a 5, or something like this, and then we can continue higher, okay? Because we're still waiting. No, we're waiting for the sorry. That could still be here, and leading diagonal 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up, okay? Otherwise, the first one and the diagonal will go up, or then we can have also something like A, B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for C. Break below that level, okay, come down to double 4, okay, and then continue higher. Which means in this case what? It would mean that this is 4 down here, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've finished up here the correction, the move to the upside, and this is just a simple correction here. Is going to get us down to probably $1 or something, and then continue higher. That would probably mean BTC is going to go, I wouldn't say just below 30, probably even closer to the 20 or so. Okay, expanding flat or WX and Y even can be both the case. We've broken the median line of the minor base channel. Okay, and it's not a good sign, to be fair. However, we have registered a fresh low, right? Do we see volumes increasing? We do see volumes increasing. So it is important that tonight, overnight, at the end of the day, we close not just above 2. Actually, yeah, above 2, because that's the previous low as well. It would be ideal, of course, if we close above today's high at 210, but it's probably unlikely. Either way, with volumes coming in, the range of the close is going to give us good signs. I will give you an example. If we pull the Fibo here, we'll see that the 196 is 50% of that, right? So if we close the day above 196, obviously we prefer 2, is going to be probably adding some pressure to the upside, okay? Although downside risks still remain elevated, obviously, we might be able to get that, you know, being the ending diagonal, which does actually look like an ending diagonal as well, and quite nice one as well. So the third wave is in, the fourth is in, and we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, and looks like, you know, A, B, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like one more might be coming. It might take a few days. We might go up here and then go down and up. Let me show you quickly. So we might do something like this. Yeah. We might do something like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up. Or it might be it. And then we're going to do something like this. Now, crossing above 207 is important. And then, of course, a very important level around the 240 area, 230, 240, high activity there, okay? Now, Is there anything else to mention? Well, you do know that we talked about different potential scenarios here. That would be like something like an ugly triangle here, you know, something like this, and it is pretty ugly, and that would be, you know, ABC, or, you know, it becomes like more of a looking like a complex pattern rather than a triangle and continuation to the upside. But I will leave this like this for the next time, but I'm more leaning towards, and I'll be honest, right? I'm more leaning towards that this is done, guys. Yeah, and we are correcting. So which means that there is high probability that we're going to go below 118. That is, of course, just an assumption for now. As I said before, if any of these signs prevail, then good likelihood to move higher, which means that we're still valid, and that's going to be a very nice open diagonal. I'm going to go for a fresh high, and everybody will be happy. Take care as always, and be careful with leverage, especially right now. Okay, go small, and ensure that you are moving progressive stops as markets move up if you're in. Take care, and well, leave your comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.